The first thing you want to do is put a crumb coat of icing on your little cake. It does not need to be pretty. It's going to get covered up with fondant. I'm going to roll out some fondant, put a little bit of icing on my cake board so the cake will stay on it. Then I'm just going to gently put the fondant over the top of the cake. You can use your fingertips to kind of pat it in place and then smooth it down the other side. For the ends, I'm just going to simply pull the fondant around the corner like that, and then this little crease up here, I'm just going to fold that down. It looks like I was a little bit short on this side, but that's okay because fondant is a very forgiving medium to work with, and a lot of times you can stretch it. Unfortunately, sometimes when you stretch it too much, you get a big hole like I did there, but that's okay because I'm going to make a strap to go on the purse, and hopefully that will help me cover up the hole that I made. Okay, so to mold the strap, I just rolled out a piece of blue fondant into a snake and pressed it into this silicone mold, and then I'm using shaping foam to help keep my hand from sticking to the back of the fondant while I slice off any excess with an angled spatula. Unfortunately, I didn't have my camera going when I attached the strap to the purse. You just want to use a little bit of piping gel and put it in place there on the sides. And now I'm going to put these little fleur-de-lis shapes that I molded over the top of the strap so that it looks like that's the thing that's holding it onto the purse. I'm just going to take my spatula and make little score marks here to help me figure out where the purse flap would be. You could certainly roll out an additional piece of fondant and make it look like the flap, and I'm going to do that with one of the other purses that I make. But with this one, I'm going to take this modeling tool and deepen that make a deep groove kind of along that original score mark. And you see how that's going to make it look like the top of the purse is folded over and closed. Then I'm just going to come around to the front of the cake and do the same thing. I'm going to add one of these molded shapes to the front of the purse to be the clasp. Smearing piping gel all over it in the process, but oh well. To add insult to injury, I then decided that it would be a good idea to put a lot of these little teeny tiny molded shapes all over the cake. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, because after I finished putting all these shapes on, I realized that it actually wasn't a good idea and I liked it better the way it was before. But just for fun, and I've sped it up so you don't have to sit and watch me do it in real time, here's how I decorated it and what it looked like with a lot of extra shapes on. And really and truly, I should have put these score marks on the cake before I added that big piece there in the front. But if you want to add a little bit of texture to your cake, then you can take one of these modeling tools and just make some parallel lines like I'm doing here. And then you just sort of connect the corners of the parallel lines, and that gives you this rough diamond pattern. Yeah, it's a little bit busy, so I'm going to take all these extra shapes off, but don't worry, it's in double time because I sped up the video. So here's the simplified version, and once everything is dry and set up, you can dust the whole thing with Super Pearl, and then it looks awesome.